Hi, welcome to part 3. I had to go in the house and get some water, and Mr. Smith begged me to get the dogs because they wanted to be here with me, driving him nuts. Okay, I have the microphone. Hopefully you don't hear Chloe too loudly. You shouldn't, but we'll see. All right, so last time we stopped at this corner, Stanley's corner right here, and I showed you a sneak peek of the strawberries. So, as in my hearing. No, T-Man. Okay, so turn this camera around and let's do, that's Chloe, she knows, right on cue. Anyway, we're gonna do that long border right there. All right, so last time I showed you a sneak peek of my strawberries. They look lovely. I'm gonna have to pick those. Chloe, stop. So this is my strawberry patch. Chloe. Oh, that dog. Anyway, we've got lots of flowers. I've noticed some of the flowers are coming up to the top and not laying on the bottom, which is great because the roly-polies and critters have been destroying most of the strawberries before I can eat them. But now the strawberries are starting to lift up their fruit, lifting it up right as if to hand it to me. That dog, my God. Along this back fence here, I have several tomatoes. Girls, weird thing. It's quite tall, lots of flowers. I don't see any fruit yet, but it goes way up there. That's the tomato, way up there. It's nice. Next to it, I have a Cherokee variegated. So this is the Cherokee purple variegated version, but I don't see any variegation on the leaves at all. But we do have a tomato. There it is. My Starfighter beefsteak is real sad and hates its life, so that's not going to do anything. This is garlic chives, lots of garlic chives everywhere. This tomato here is evergreen. So lots of flowers, but I haven't seen any fruit yet. And of course my muscadine just carries itself over. That's good. Oh, forgot this little pot here. These are my peppers from Elizabeth. I have a pimento, chocolate habanero, and a scotch bonnet. So they're not doing so well, yeah. They look sad. They hate me. Also, Elizabeth, I told you I would try to root some moringa. So I took a moringa branch off yesterday and stuck it in some dirt. We'll see how that does. So moving on. More giant ground cherries. You know, I planted a bunch of giant ground cherries. They're everywhere, all over the garden. I'm trying to get one. But these flea beetles, come on. Or whatever it is, they need to stop. Well, there's a wasp getting some wood pulp for his paper wasp nest. So they just sit there and they just mine the wood off of my landscape timbers, bamboo poles, whatever. They'll just sit there and mine that wood. Anyway, little science lesson there. I have, this is dill. Beautiful dill. I know, that's self-seeded from last year. That is mammoth dill. Or at least that's what I planted last year. I have a green flesh honeydew there. I have some common mullein. I have a tender sweet watermelon that's looking a little burnt. This tender sweet watermelon looks a lot better. That one looks good. I do have some sweet banana pepper. Not looking that great, but it is flowering. We should have some fruit soon. Oh, right here, Alabama red okra, right there. And then all of my cowpeas, all of my purple whole peas, all 100 sprouted, I do believe. All 100 in this really tight space. But hopefully I get some ding-dang, black-eyed peas. Come on, give it to me now. And then this ferny thing here that looks like the dill is my fennel. Beautiful fennel. More dill, lots of tall dill. And I have a beautiful gift on one of my dill. This little one here. Look! There's a swallowtail caterpillar looking gorgeous. So cute, so cute. Oh, and there's a red wasp. He's going to mine the wood off of that pole there after he quits staring me down. He hates me. He's going to bite me. Okay. He needs to stay away from a caterpillar. I was going to say they're good to have because they eat your army worms and all your other worms, but he needs to stay away from my little baby, my little sweet baby right there. Okay. On this pole is what I hope will be my giant tomato of the season. It's called Ivunchen giant, something like that. We're getting a little bit of disease on the lower leaves. It's a potato leaf, and I'm finally seeing flowers. I mean, it's about to be June. Hopefully I get something before the heat shuts it down. I hate that it waited so late to flower. I mean, I grew at the same time as everything else, but you know, every plant is its own person and it does what it wants in its own time. Okay? All right. Oh, and that's milkweed, self-seeded from last year, or came back from the roots, one or the other. I didn't put it there. Also, all these little flowers here are flowers I had in the 72 count trays for way too long, since 216, and I finally put them in this little basket on May 7th. So of course they're stunted and small. So I have like one of those profusion zinnias, that little salmon colored one, and I have some white cosmos there. I can't get too close because the red wasp, he hates me. Anyway, it's just a little basket of flowers that would look a lot better if the flowers were healthy. So there's that. Next, I have a mess of squash and green beans. So if I can remember, these are provider beans. Okay, I just saw the tag. Provider beans and some yellow crookneck squash. Now, I haven't seen much vine borer damage, if any, but I haven't really been looking either, so we'll see. It is flowering. There's a self-seeded marigold, French marigolds from last year. Clemson spineless okra. See this weed, this ferny weed? It's everywhere. I've got to pull it out. Look, it's everywhere. Like literally, it's getting on my nerves. Oh, there's some squash, baby. Little females. Hopefully they got pollinated. Some red burgundy okra here. That one's doing really nice. That's getting tall. And red spike amaranth. There, we got some more, purple salvias that just aren't doing as good this year. When I need to trim back that grapevine. I missed that one yesterday. And more tropical milkweed, Mexican milkweed. To me, they look the same. I'm guessing they're the same thing. And then my rose had a few beautiful blooms a few days ago, but those blooms are gone. Now this nasturtium is hanging on okay. The leaves still look good. It was just flowering the other day. All right, on this trellis here, I did plant some Sharon Taste melon, but I only see one Sharon Taste. Probably the weeds choked the rest of them out. I don't know. It's really bad in there. This particular grape is not one of my muscadines. This is my Fredonia Blue. All right, these containers here, we have some wins and we have some loses. Wins and loses. My Munstead lavender is doing pretty good in this hanging basket, and the creeping thyme doing really well. My flamingo celosia is looking sad and moldy, and it's still green, but it's not putting out any new flower plumes, which is interesting. My bunnytails grass, look at that. It just melted and died. I don't know if we got too much rain or what, but it's looking sad. Same over here, more bunny tails. More of it's green, but it's also dying. My Russian sage, though, is doing all right. It's actually flowering. Beautiful Russian sage. So pretty. And then my Munstead lavender and the little terracotta pots is doing really well. And this little plant stand I got from my friend Astrid when she was moving. She gave it to me for free. Cute little plant stand. Next, my microdwarf tomatoes want to die. Okay. My Schneegerjerk. Purple Boy looks like it's coming back with new flowers. Purple Boy is my favorite. I love it. And then my Jippin' Jananky. They're just dropping fruit. I'll take the Schneegerjerk out, but the Jippin' Janky. Let me move this lemon verbena. Gorgeous lemon verbena. God, it smells so good. I may just prune off the dead. It looks like it has a fairly healthy branch there. We may just trim it back, but I'll go ahead and harvest the tomatoes if they're any good. This is my Munstead lavender, and then I did add the tiny little Elegance lavender, that little tiny nub there that I got from Veronica. Added that to the pot, and then this pot here has my Groovy Tunes, which is a beautiful chartreuse. Look at that. I still have to do a taste test. I'm going to do a taste test on the tomato that I picked, the first one. But we've got more coming, so that's beautiful. And yes, the foliage is supposed to be this color. It's not anemic or anything. So, beautiful plant, actually. More mullein that I grew from seed. Beautiful fuzzy leaves. Beautiful mullein. I've got purple strawflower here. I've got some longhorn okra right here, here, here. More ferny weeds. Amongst the ferny weeds is my melon pear. You can't even hardly see it. So that's melon pear, and it's really been shaded out by the grapes. So yesterday, I don't know if you can tell, but I sheared them back like a hedge. So it's been completely sheared back because it was climbing over that trellis there, and it was shading out everything below it. I'm not worried about getting a whole lot of grapes because I didn't do anything with the ones I got last year, and I got a bunch, so I wasted all those grapes. I know there's something in my eye. Hold on. Anyway, so I'm not too worried about grapes right now. Also, my moringa. So that tall ferny thing is my moringa right there, and that came back from the roots. I was afraid it wasn't going to, but it did. So thank goodness. And I grew one of the sunset runner beans at the base, hoping it would climb, and it did. And it's so pretty. I don't know if you can see, but we do have a bean, and there's the pretty little flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? Just a peachy pink, really pretty. Oh, and they go higher and higher and higher, and all the way out there. Yeah, just waving in the wind. Okay. And then my moringa, which I'll break off some more and put those in a pot, see if I can root cuttings of the moringa. All right, so we have Hill Country Red okra here. Got a few of them there. Got my amaranth. And then this green striped cushaw. I forgot about it and I thought it was dead, but it's actually over here. It's crawled over here. And I think I'm going to let it crawl because of that vine borer. Hold on, move these poppies. Yeah, oh no, it got in. See that yellow vine borer got in the stem. All right, so I'm going to have to dig that out later. These vine borers are awful. Up under here, next to my Pampas Plume Celosia, I have my Kajari melon. There's so many weeds and oak trees, but there's Kajari melon in there. I need to clean that out. I think that's one there. Over here is the Prescott Fond Blanc. Lots of melons there. I need to weed that too. And then blacktail watermelon right there. I got 3 of them there. Beautiful little watermelon. And then I have more beans to pick. Those beautiful green beans. Beautiful. These just started fruiting the other day, and they're doing wonderful. Like literally, I think last weekend. This has only been a week, I think. Can't remember what kind. I think it's the Blue Lake. I think these are Blue Lake bush beans. And then I did get a few Calypso beans. So those are the black and white orca. They look like orca whales. There's one pod, like a second pod. See, it's not worth it to me to grow the dried beans. Oh, these are poppies. They haven't bloomed yet. Hopefully they survive to bloom. It's getting kind of hot now for poppies. Let's see, I have some zinnias back here and some jewels of opar. They make these cute little jewel beads. That's why they're called jewels of opar. Pretty. Little jewels. And the foliage is edible. That chartreuse foliage down there. Yeah, that chartreusey foliage beneath the little jewel beads. It's in the purslane family, so it's very nutritious. There is ever an apocalypse and someone steals all my green beans and they leave that flower, I'm going to be okay. Okay, I'm going to be okay. I got food. Melon pears are getting ate up by something. I see little holes in the melon pear. First weeds. Yeah, weeds. Ugh, I'll probably spend some time doing that while I release all of these little short films. I will be out here pulling weeds, so you don't have to watch me do that. We got more milkweed that came back from last year. So my Fredonia blue grape kind of stops right around somewhere in here. And then it starts to mingle with my muscadine. I have a different muscadine from this corner on all the way down. Yeah. In this pot here is a Chloe is a bay laurel. Looks like I got new growth. So this is a bay leaf that you use for cooking. Probably need to put it in more sun. You can see all the grapes leaves that I cut yesterday. Also, oak trees are coming through the cardboard. They busted right through the cardboard. That's oak trees. And that's my pawpaw tree, Don Ray B. My pawpaw's still alive. That's a pot of weeds. Whatever was in it died. This is my dragon fruit that I left out in a frost and it got killed back. But see a little bit of green there. I don't know if that's going to come back, but there it is. It's full of weeds and holy basil and jewels of opar. And then my horehound has shrunk down to nothing. But we have a zinnia. And then my lamb's ear, doing pretty good. Oh, and my flame acanthus, doing pretty good. Got a little zinnia in there. My parsley never really did anything. This is supposed to be giant parsley. It's just, it hates me. White scallop squash, look at that. They hate me because the grapes were really shading out this area. So white scallop squash not going to do anything because it got shaded out. It got moldy. Same with that in there. My Italian striped cocozelle, it got shaded out, moldy. My elderberry cutting is doing great, Veronica. Roman chamomile. My German petered out, but the Roman is still green. It's not putting out flowers, but it's still green. And then this grow bag here, even though it was shaded, so shaded by all these grapes, this corner was just covered. But my culinary sage and my valerian root are doing really good. So I'll probably leave those there. This bag here had marshmallow. I need to get all my grape debris off of there, but there's marshmallow and valerian in there. My artichoke is doing really well. Got some tansy back there, probably needs to come out. And then my kale's trying to come back after a cabbage worm infestation. All right, so that's that. I think it's pretty good. I think this video was probably longer than it needed to be for what's going on over here, but it's okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for video number 3 for this series. My energy's gone. It left me. It's so hot. I'm not sweating as bad now. Maybe I'm acclimated, but I'm just drained of all energy. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. You'll probably see me soon. I'm probably just going to go ahead and do another one. Let's just do another one. Let's just do it. Let's do it. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh my God. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.